Our land is under serious attack, most especially Anambra and Imo State. My people, Ngwa, make on hear this important informative where they very, very okempa. Coming from Anambra, indigenous people of Biafra issues an urgent security alert for members of the public, or rather for members of the Biafrans living in Anambra State amid escalating tensions. I beg my people here will start our news. Happy New Day, Happy New Month, and Happy New Week. It shall be well with all of us. I beg, tighten your seatbelt as we are about to take over. In a stark warning that underscores the volatile security landscape in Southeast, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has issued a high-level security alert to its members and operatives of the Eastern Security Network, ESN, in Anambra State. Here the news in details. The alert, decimated through IPOB Directorate of Sabo DOS, and signed by Mazi Chinasanworu, the criminal terrorist. IPOB's DOS representative accuses the Anambra State government under Chukwumacha Soludo Mgbafo of orchestrating a targeted campaign to eliminate IPOB and ESN members. The alert paints a picture of coordinated efforts by Soludo's administration to neutralize perceived threats from IPOB and ESN. Framing these actions as politically motivated in line-up to the upcoming elections amid disputes over land allocation to Fulani settlers, it warns that IPOB and ESN will no longer tolerate what it described as cold-blooded killings and vows defensive and retaliatory measures if Soludo continues. The statement reads in full. Ngwa, pay your utmost attention. Reports reaching IPOB intelligence unit has it that the Anambra security group formed by Soludo, the likes of Udogachi and Agune Chemba, have been instructed by the Soludo government to eliminate all IPOB members in Anambra, and to that effect, they promise they are going to carry out the order as instructed. In addition, Soludo approved the deployment of new set of Nigerian military that invaded Obaru community. This weekend, arrested over 300 youths in Osamara and Obako in Obaru, Anambra, including those passing by and spectators at football viewing centers. Most of them have been moved to secret detention facilities in Awka, Anambra State capital. These military operations against youths in these communities was because they suspected that after their meetings on how to handle the upcoming election, they claimed IPOB members might pose a threat to the election. Also, another issues arose regarding the land allocation to certain Fulani settlers in Anambra North, which they claim IPOB and ESN would definitely oppose the allocation. For these reasons, they have decided and concluded that IPOB members in Anambra must be hunted down at all costs. Igbo, or how the problem of Igbos. This is how they cause insecurity in the state. Let me make it very clear. IPOB and ESN will not fold their hands any longer and allow their members to be killed in cold blood. Nobody is condemning the activities of these murderous agents in Anambra. Remember, IPOB and ESN have capacity to defend and revenge for the deaths of their members. Soludo and his murderous security should be warned to leave IPOB and ESN members alone. IPOB and ESN shutting down Anambra is a child's play, but to avoid, had I know, people close to Soludo should advise him, he concluded. This same Soludo is the one who used IPOB and ESN and massive the kind of popularity to climb as a governor. Now, after climbing as a governor, you turn back to buy the finger that fed you. Do not forget that Anambra State governor election was called off by Nnamdi Kanu. Said nobody should vote, not until they plead. Including him, Soludo pleaded with Nnamdi Kanu, so please allow them to conclude the election. And as I'm talking to you now, the same Soludo have turned back now to now biting the finger that feeds him. You can imagine that. To buy the people whom you use their popularity to assume office, because they see you as a professor who is going to uphold the integrity of the state and integrity of Biafrans and IPOB members in Anambra State. But Soludo now have turned back to become a witch hunt. Witch hunting and buying our people in numbers because they have climbed the seat. Obiano finished as a governor. Where is Obiano today? Nobody is hearing about Obiano, right? The other day I saw him in a video where he is walking his dogs in a country that is working without any single escort in the US. Where is Chris Ngige today? All of these people have become governor of Anambra State. They come and gone. All this thing you are doing is for the next 4 years, right? If you succeeded. And after that, you will step back as an ordinary citizen. And then by that time, people will remind you of what you did when you are in office. Power is transcendent. And I don't want anybody to come and tell me that our problem is from Tunumbu, is from El-Rufai, is from this person, is from that person. We are the problem for ourselves. We love money and power more than any other thing. And that was why any of us who went into power, we don't want to leave the power. They want to die in power. It's alright. Soludo, Yasa Nanya, anything that sweets also kills. And too much enjoyment, where is sweet? Some people also have died in that same too much of enjoyment. A word is enough for the wise. Back to the business of Michael Zekome and what he said in Enugu State about, the ongoing, or rather the just concluded NBA Nigeria Bar Association conference that took place in Enugu State. The highlights of Chief Mike Ozekome's speech at the Nigerian Bar Association NBA Annual General Conference in Enugu State. We are going to read it. We are going to take the most vital areas of it and then present it to the general public. Please, tighten your seatbelt as we move. The lawyers submit 2025 Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association NBA held in Enugu from August 25 till August 29th of 2025. This major event brought together over 20,000 lawyers for discussions on legal reforms, governance, and human rights. Chief Michael Zekome, SAN, a prominent constitutional lawyer and human rights advocate, delivered a notable speech during a session on citizens' rights and security concerns. His remarks, made in response to a paper by the Chief of Defense Staff, were fiery, passionate, and memorable, culminating in a light-hearted yet pointed rendition of Fela Kuti's Beast of No Nation to mock security agencies. Below are the key highlights from his speech, drawn from reports of the event. Number 1. Urging lawyers to defend their own rights. First, Ozekome challenged the legal professions to prioritize self-defense. If you can't fight for yourself, how can you fight for others? He also emphasized that lawyers must vigorously protect their professional rights and those of their clients to maintain credibility and effectiveness in practice. Let me pause here for a while and ask Michael Zekome. Protecting or fighting for your rights and also defending the rights of your client. What happened to you with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case? It's just a very simple question. A harmless question. Did you defend the right of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? The answer is no. You failed the young man who employed you as an erudite, as a son. After securing the victory, you couldn't make anything out of it. See, today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. After 3 years, of discharged and acquitted. And now you are here reading Psalms and reading essays for us. Pot calling kettle black. He shared a personal anecdote from 2016 when the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC froze his law firm's account for 120 days over a 75 million naira payment from then Ekiti Governor Ayodele Fayose, deeming it proceeds of unlawful activity. Ozekome fought the order in court and won at both the Federal High Court 2017 and the Court of Appeal 2021, which ruled that lawyers need not verify the source of professional fees. This victory underscored his point. A lawyer does not need to know the source with which professional fees are paid. 2. Critique of national security as a tool for oppression. Michael Zekome decried the misuse of national security by successive governments to suppress citizens' rights, calling it a lie. He clarified, the reality is that their national security is actually government security. It is not security for you and I. He expressed disappointment that despite decades of democracy, governments continue to weaponize security concepts against ordinary Nigerians or ordinary citizens, often at the expense of fundamental rights enshrined in instruments like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Highlighting overlooked aspects of security, he listed the emotional, mental, educational, job, economic, and financial security as essential but ignored by the state. He quipped, "These rights we are talking about, we know them, but are we enjoying them?" The audience responded with a resounding no. Number 3. The toll of Nigeria's challenges on citizens. Michael Zekome painted a stark picture of societal suffering. Many people you see are mad. They are crazy because Nigeria has happened to them. But you don't know because they have powdered their faces. They have put on their caps. They have put on their wigs. And you think everybody is well. He positioned the speech within the broader NBA conference team, urging lawyers to confront systematic impunity and advocate for true citizen security over elite protections. Number 4. Memorable performance. Singing Fela Kuti's Beast of No Nation to drive home his critique of security agencies. Ozekome thrilled and electrified the audience by performing Fela Kuti's iconic anti-oppression song, Beast of No Nation. This satirical rendition mocked the hypocrisy of powerful institutions, blending humor with sharp social commentary. Reports describe the moment as electrifying, with the packed auditorium at the International Conference Center erupting in applause. Ozekome's speech was part of a panel featuring other legal luminaries like Chief Femi Falana, SAN, and Prof. N.S. Ojukwu, SAN, moderated by Babatunde Ogala, SAN. It contrasted sharply with presentations from security agencies representatives, e.g. from the Army, Police, and DSS, who defended their operations amid audience skepticism. The session highlighted ongoing tensions between state power and individual rights, calling for reforms in Nigeria's security architecture. This address aligns with Ozekome's long-standing reputation as a defendant of justice, or rather, as a defender of justice, having been involved in high-profile human rights cases and even kidnapped himself in 2003 for his activism. For full details, you can refer to coverage from Sahara Reporters and People's Chronicles. So, my people, now here we go take back break. Drop your own personal opinion at the comment section of this video. Until I come your way again, give me siano.